it's Mary with Mary's Stampin' Cafe. Thanks so much for stopping in at my Saturday stamping uploaded and recorded video. You'll be very happy that you did because it's all filled with hearts. And one thing, if you don't know about me, I love hearts. Everything about hearts, I just love it. And Stampin' Up! Does such a wonderful job in their mini catalogs, especially the January to April. They have the fabulous Sale-A-Bration, and the Most Adored 12 by 12 designer series paper is a free purchase with a $50 order. And I have a blog that I've done, a couple of blogs, and I have them below, and you can see all the making the most of Sale-A-Bration coordinating products that I've suggested for you. But anyway, I'm sharing this designer series paper today along with the coordinating Adoring Hearts bundle. This bundle has a fabulous stamp set. It's so pretty. I love the sentiments and the way that they're written. We have some nice florals here. And the other part of the bundle is the Adoring Hearts Hybrid Embossing folder. So this comes with a beautiful 3D embossing folder. You can see that there. I know you can't see those very well, so let me turn this over so you can see the hearts. It's a beautiful 3D embossing folder. It, of course, lines up with the die cuts, which is that hybrid part. You get this beautiful die frame here that comes with all of these other dies. Show them to you here. I have them all. They're all here in the magnetic bowl that I have because I pulled them all out after I die cut them all and have been using them to create projects. And look how pretty all of these detailed hearts are. They're just all beautiful. I use adhesive sheets, if you don't know, with your detailed dies. Using the adhesive sheets, Stampin' Up! Has 6x12 pack with 12 sheets inside. So a great deal. You get lots and lots of that because you'll want those for all of these little detailed dies. Otherwise, you get a bunch of glue all over your fingers and it's no fun. So there's all those beautiful, beautiful dies. And I am going to be creating today using the dies and the paper. I want to share with you a card right here. This is a card from my Stamping From and Quatrain, and she did this card using a level 2 Sale-A-Bration with the beautiful embossing folder included with the stamp set. I think it was called Softly Sophisticated. It's a level 2, and she did this beautiful card with pretty peacock. I love the cleanness and crispness of this card. So I love this layout, and I'm going to case this card as an idea for my card today. I'm using the nesting dies. I'm using Sweet Sorbet ink. I'm also using the Sweet Sorbet trimmed ribbon. It's so pretty. I love that it has the white trim on either side. It's a great one. And my card base is Sweet Sorbet, 5.5 by 8.5, scored by 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white for the inside. This is my designer series paper that I'm going to be using with it. And then I have 2 strips, one that's going to be for the outside of the card, and I also like to accent with that paper on the inside. And then I have a piece for my nesting die. So let's go ahead and start with the nesting die. So Sale-A-Bration is coming down to that first month, almost over, for earning free products. And now we have the month of February, and I thought it would be perfect to kick off creating this beautiful Adoring Heart card today. And I am going to continue creating with that. If you want to join me on Facebook Lives on Wednesday at 6, I will be using this product again because there is just limitless ways you can go about using that beautiful hybrid embossing folder. And so I will be sharing that on my Wednesday Facebook Live at 6, and I'll have that link below. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my largest nesting die through my mini. And yes, the mini machine is large enough to be able to handle the largest die from those nesting dies. This is a great die set to have. If you don't have it, you'll want it. There's just such great things you can do with that as well. So now with this nesting die, I'm not going to be using the whole thing. I am going to be taking just a piece of the edge off for my card so it can be offset. So I'm going to grab my trimmer. There's no right or wrong about how much you take off, but I'm just going to take off about 1/4 of an inch here, and I'm going to go right to 4, and then I'm going to put my tip right to the top. Make sure my side looks like it's going straight here. I don't want to cut this crooked. And I'm just going to snip that off. Now you could use this, really cute, would be to have almost like a circus idea. So you have a little stand there, and you could put one of your zany zoo characters on that. And they could be at the circus performing, and that could be a piece that they sit on. So that's going to go over here in my extras. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our supplies. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my layer. This is 5 1/4 by 4, and I just love this plaid background. It's so fun. The 12 by 12 paper is really nice, and I don't think I actually shared the paper with you, so let me glue this down. I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't show you that free level 1 pick that you could get. So let's take a look at this beautiful paper. This is a specialty paper, 12 by 12. And what that means with Stampin' Up! Is that one side of the paper has all of the beautiful foiling running through it. So here you see the piece I'm using today, and then we have the beautiful floral here, and some red, real red heart paper. This is beautiful with the foil. Then we have marbling on the other side. We have real red, flirty flamingo, and then the gold. Look at that, gold. That's beautiful. And that real red. I love the plaids, and this foil one is really nice. And the other thing, I don't know if you can see it, it's almost like this texture you can feel, but it has a brushed look to it. It's not a smooth gold, so it's just very interesting. It has that texture. And then there's this beautiful one here. The back side has a pretty lace hearts on it. And then we have our big floral. And there we are. Some flirty flamingo hearts on the back of that. So that is the 12 by 12 Most Adorned Specialty Paper Level 1 Sale-A-Bration. And it is my Sale-A-Bration Spotlight, so you think I just showed you that first off, right? That's all right. Well, there we go. So now I'm going to bring this back in, and I need my strip that I'm using. And I'm just going to put tape, some adhesive, on each end here, because I am going to bring a piece of that beautiful Sweet Sorbet trimmed ribbon, and I'm just going to come around to give some more texture. I'm going to come around the designer paper. I don't want to go too tight because I don't want it to bow. Go ahead and do that, and then I'll just trim it off. Excuse me. And I've got it bowing anyway. See how that bows like that if I have it too tight? So I'll just do that. I'll just softly go along with it. And there we are. That's better. Once I glue it down, it should be fine. I like to get the glue all on that ribbon as well, because that will help it stay down. And I'm going to come up here, just almost centered, but just up a little bit from the halfway mark. There we go. So just that added texture you can see. Now I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back here. I just want to make sure I cover it well. I don't want any sagging center, so I will put in the center as well. I'm going to put one here and one here. I know that's a lot of dimensionals, isn't it? So we'll go ahead, and I'm going to just grab my trash here. So my, my dimensional little papers don't go flying everywhere. I don't know about you, but it's so hard to get these little dimension papers up off the carpet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right over. I'm just going to center on this piece of designer series paper to make sure I have it centered right on the edge. And I'll go ahead and set it down. And there we go. I've got a great little thing here. So now what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take another piece. I think this one is just too small. I can try. I just want to tie a knot. But I think what I trimmed off, I might not be able to with my fingers, but we'll try. Nah, I'm not even going to bother. Let's just go along. Stampin' Up! Gives you a great amount of ribbon. So just go ahead and do that. If I wanted to do a bow at this point, I could. I think I'm just going to do a knot. So let's see. I'll show you something I try to do when I do a knot is I have this here and I try to force it to go under so I get a nice knot right here. You see how that happened? I got a nice little knot because as I put it down I was twisting the ends and that gave me a nice one. So I'll go ahead and trim. And there we are. I've got that pretty knot right there. It's got a nice little rounded part to it. All right, so now I have got some fun hearts that I've run through with the dies. You can see here. Now, I did not run these through with the frame. If I had run it through with the big frame, let me show you that frame again. If I had run it through like this, when you put the heart inside, what it does is the die is here and then it cuts out that other little heart. And that's how you end up with hearts that have just an open round little frame on it in the dies. I'll show you here. So I realize I don't have any of those in my thing. These here. So when you set this die into the frame, it also cut out the edging around it because these are larger openings, which is fabulous. Think about all the different colors you could do. I just love it. All right, so I have a bunch of these. Now I did use the oxidized copper, copper designer series paper to get these hearts here. And then I have the white hearts, and then I have a bunch of these. These are so pretty. Now again, I actually did put the adhesive sheets on the back, so all I need to do if I'm going to use it is to peel that off and it'll have adhesive on it and it will pull out all these little parts and pieces so you don't have to use a little tool to try to get all those out. When you pull that adhesive sheet out, it takes all of those away. So let me take a look here at what I have. I am going to be using these gold, I just really like this oxidized. I'm going to call it gold because there is the gold all running through it. And it just picks up all that gold that I have here. And then I want to bring in some white because that all is pretty dark. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the delicate one here onto one of the whites. And what I like about these white ones that there's dies for, look at that recessed end and it pops up, that little edge is recessed and then the heart pops up. Isn't that fun? That is so fun. Now I have this sentiment here and I'm going to be using this and kind of having it come just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. They have in the stamp set the Just For You already kind of angled and perfect, so that's great. Let me pull this in. I'm just going to grab my mat that I have here. Because it is a photopolymer stamp, my glass mat doesn't have any give. So I want to make sure I have something because the photopolymer stamp sets don't have that little bit of rubber cushion. So you want to make sure you've got something underneath. You could put just a couple of pieces of cardstock even on top of your glass mat if you've gotten that because you've joined during Sale-A-Bration. It is a free one. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to stamp on my back of my, just to make sure it's inked up well, and it really is inked up well. That's so nice. This part of my Glass Mat Studio is fantastic. You put your stamp pad there, and it's not going to go anywhere. And that's always great. Now, sorry if you need to see my head because I want to make sure I put that right on the center where the curve is. And look how fun that is. Just for you. Oh my gosh, I love that. And I'm doing it with the Sweet Sorbet. Now what I want to do is I'm going to bring my basic white in. Just for you. With all my heart, I adore you. You are most loved. With all my heart. Because we have the hearts, right? So I'm going to do with all my heart. That's so nice. Let me grab another block. And again, with the photopolymer, I can see to make sure I have things straight. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I want to make sure this is inked up well. Missed a little spot. Oh, there must be some gunky gunk on my... There we go. Sometimes there's a film when you first use your stamp, so you want to make sure you stamp it a couple of times to get those out. So that is all set. I have this piece in here that I was going to go ahead and put along the bottom. I love it. Let's go ahead and just do that. Boy, I really like how the Flirty Flamingo, the real red, and then I am using Sweet Sorbet, which is just tying in beautifully as well. So it just coordinates all together so nicely. Okay, hearts, you got to go away for a minute. Put my stamps up here so I don't put my sleeve. And see how I'm going to just be covering this up, and so it's fine to use. Whoops. It's fine to stamp on the back side just to get a sense, right? And then that's going to go on the inside just like so. There might be something else happening on that inside. We'll see. All right, so now this is coming in right here just for you. I love it. I think it's just going to get glued down, but I'm going to use a little liquid glue right now. Let me go ahead and close this stamp pad. I'm going to use liquid glue, and I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because it's hanging off. So I'll probably want to put a dimensional on the back. We'll see if I need it. Just for you, just like that. It's coming along beautifully. All right, so let's get our oxidized hearts. We'll go ahead and adhere this down. Now this does not have adhesive sheet on it because I ran these through afterwards just thinking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little dollop of the glue on these larger parts. Just let that tip touch these other little things without really squeezing. But yes, I'm going to get a little glue icky for sure. And then I'm going to bring this here. But I'm not worried about getting any glue on my glass mat. I can just wipe that right up. But I do want to make sure this is going to lay over this heart well. So now I'm just going to hold it. Pretty sure I'm centered up. And look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Think about doing some of these in like glimmer paper and then taking the white and putting it on top of that glimmer paper when all those little things are cut out. Oh, I guess you'll just have to join me on Wednesday, Facebook Live. I'll put my link below because I'm going to play around with that. But in the meantime, so we've got this going on here. Oh, yeah, I told you I was going to get a little gluey. So we have our hearts happening here. This is really sweet. Okay, so I think I'm going to pop this one up. So we'll go ahead and get our glue. I could have put some adhesive sheet on the back of that easily, but it was kind of an afterthought, so. So I'm going to glue these down first. That's going to come up off a little bit, I think. And then this one, let me just see where this one's going to go. This one's going to kind of go right here. So then I'll put this one down here on a bit of an angle. And I'll get those dimensionals for this one. We've got to have something else popping up, right? And this is our featured focal heart. So we'll do that. Hold on to those papers and get them in my garbage pail. They kind of can drive me a little crazy sometimes. And this one's going to come right here, standing up tall. Look how pretty that is. Now, one of the things here, I don't know if this is already glued too much and I won't be able to move it. I'd really like this to come down a little bit further. Well, but I got the glue though. Yeah, there we go. We're just going to leave it like that. Because this one came off, I wanted to kind of mimic and match it, but that's okay. Now, I have some fun hearts here. There's one of the dies that die cuts out just like this. And when it die cuts those, you get 3 hearts that were inside. Now you have 3 more little hearts. Oh, that one got bent over. Sorry, little heart. I was trying to pick you up. There we are. So there. Now, I was going to put the gold ones, but I think I need a little more accent of white. And I have this little one here, but not going to do that. But I am going to use the hearts here. Okay. So what I'm going to do with my glue, well, actually, you know what? These have adhesives on them. They're so small, though, I don't know if I can get my adhesive sheet off. I certainly can. There it is. All right, so I'm just going to peel that off. Because I was using adhesive sheet for all of my first die cutting, so I'm going to put one there. See how that other white just pops out? I just feel like the gold will continue to make that look a little dark. So I'm going to put one there. There we go. I'm going to put another one down here. And then this tiny little one. Oh, that's coming off so easy. I love it. But now the trick is being able to hold on to it. I just got my nails done. I don't know about you guys. When I get my nails done, I have a hard time picking anything up. Look at that. How pretty is that? I love it. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's open the card up here because I think we can go ahead and put some of those hearts in here. Now, I could put this pretty one right there. I think that looks really pretty. And then put some of the other little hearts there. I love it. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to keep playing with this. And then you can see what I create on Wednesday. It is so much fun. Definitely, I will be using lots of adhesive sheets so that everything has that because it just works so much better and it keeps your hands and everything clean. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little glue dot here. I'll put a little one right here and one right here. There we go, and that's where the other 3 hearts are going to go. One right here. Oh, see what I mean? Glue. A little glue on my finger. We'll do another one right here. That's got a kind of a big, should come down a little bit. No, come down a little bit. Turn that way. Thank you. And then this little one, this is where I need my tweezers. My tweezers in there? Nope, no tweezers. Just gonna have to get in there and do it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at how pretty that inside of the card is with all my heart, and use that die, and I got 4 separate little pretty dies with that oxidized copper paper. How fun is that? That turned out so great. I'm so excited to keep playing with the Adoring Hearts products. And remember, when you purchase $50, you can choose the Adoring Hearts 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. So great. Here is Anne's card again, so we can take a look. This was my inspiration. I took her design and then created my beautiful Just For You with all my heart Valentines. Oh my goodness, you guys. I hope you join me on Wednesday, Facebook Live, 6 o'clock Pacific time, so you can see more things being done with the Adoring Hearts products. And check out the links below. Give me a little comment. What did you like about my card today? In fact, this or that. Maybe I'll do a poll. And until next time, happy stampin'.